Hello everyone, welcome back. So today we're going to be playing Jinx and we'll be facing off against the 10-star adventure from the Nightmares campaign. I don't have a lot of time to record, so I'm hoping that Jinx will be able to resolve most of the encounters quickly. She is one of the stronger and she's one of the champions that has the fastest game plan. Just going to be burning the opponent a whole bunch of times. I guess what's the worst that could happen doesn't really work for the first few turns because the opponent's nexus will have tough. But hopefully we won't need the damage from our power to win. We can just burn the opponent with super mega death rockets. And in order to do that, I just have the same setup I always run on Jinx. The extra damage on all of our spells is nice. If we ever reach a 6 mana, we can start double casting spells, which is something we obviously like to do because it allows us to burn the opponent faster. And we just discard our entire hand on summon for Jinx so that she gets to level up. And we don't actually have to go through the process of emptying our own hand. Shouldn't be too bad, as long as I'm offered decent powers, which these are not. Let's roll. Memory game. Do I care about memory game? Memory game gives us some extra value. I guess we can't really kill the opponent through pure burn as easily as we would normally, because the opponent's nexus has stuff, so what's the worst that can happen doesn't really get to proc that often. So maybe trying to take that into account and draft towards a longer game plan might be fine. Or I can just reroll into something better. Let's see. Little buddy Spellslinger getting up. Spellslinger. We already have sorcery, so it feels kind of redundant to take Spellslinger, but I guess it makes it so we have a bunch of spell mana that we can use. Makes our spellcast easier. We care about spells anyway, so this is probably fine in the long run. We'll just draft a spell heavy deck, maybe try to get some card draw to cycle through our deck. Those back into the deck, please. We start off with 2 Jinxes. That's a bit unfortunate. I'd like just one. How should I do this? Let's do Sump Dredger. Those are bad hits. See how the opponent blocks this. Obviously Lee blocks with the one unit that can block. That was stupid of me. Well, at least the opponent doesn't get to proc his buffs. Obviously I'm playing Jinx here. Let's see if this clears. Okay, we killed one at least, so it's not too bad. We can do double super mega death rocket. So the opponent loses his entire board. I suppose we burn the opponent a little bit. It would have been nice to do this when the opponent didn't have top and didn't take half the damage from everything. But we can't have everything. Let's clear the opponent's board and then attack. Well, we'll clear to the best of our ability. We don't really want to go through our entire deck. So So I might just play the Zonite Tertian as is. Yeah. Let's not cycle it. I'll try to save my unemptying for when I have 6 mana. Or by that time in this turn, so that I can do double Super Mega Death Rocket. We'll just do this. Alright, we're at 6 mana, so our Pawpaws are double casting. Let's get rid of our hand, and now we win. Super Mega Death Rocket deals 16 to the opponent's Nexus. 18 actually, because we play 2 cards and that translates into 2 damage from our power. Okay. I'd say that went decently enough. We kept control of the board and we did manage to burn the opponent out at the end. But we were kind of running out of steam. Well, at the end there as well. Assembly bot, the Lady of Blood, Raza the Sunderer. Let's do Lady of Blood because this puts us into Noxus and that way we have a higher chance of getting Noxus cards, I guess. Swain, Poroking, Harsh. Ooh, I think we just immediately take Swain, right? Ravenous Flock deals 12 damage to a damaged unit. Its spells and skills deal double damage, right? Yeah. So this also deals some extra damage to the opponent's Nexus. Swain will level up extremely quickly. And double attack with Focus in Crystal is huge in terms of damage output. Yeah, there's no reason to pick anything but Swain. Now we get a decision. Do I go for Karma Sett or Lulu Zed? Karma Sett allows us to go for our double Super Mega Death Rockets right at the start of the game. But we have a slot bot on the left path. But spells chest on the right path. And I guess the gold is decent because it helps us clear units from our deck or bad cards from our deck at the healer encounter. Actually, it's not a healer, it's meditation in this adventure. Doesn't really matter what I keep here, right? I guess I'll keep the Imperial Demolitionist and 2 spells. We'll be able to play them at the start of the game. Double Jinx yet again. We will run out of Jinxes. At least the opponent didn't capture my units. I guess it doesn't really matter for him that he is not taking, or he is not blocking, because he feels like he can just not block and still have a board next turn. It's fine. We will probably release the unit that was captured. Unfortunately, the opponent decided he wanted to play that hunting boar. Otherwise, I would have had to be worried about the opponent dealing around 6 damage to my Nexus. Kind of value all of my health. Really? You don't want to use the hunting boar to pull the Jinx? That's weird. Feels like that kind of thing the opponent would try to do. Oh well. Guess he just takes double damage now, or double Super Mega Death Rocket damage now without retaliation. It obviously captures the Jinx, which is a bummer because it denies me the card draw. This forces a discard on my entire hand yet again, so it gives me another Super Mega Death Rocket. And that's pretty good because Super Mega Death Rocket deals 8. Actually, I can probably kill the opponent if I just do this. Yeah, perfect. Just in case the opponent had something, I still had the Super Mega Death Rocket on my back pocket. That's why I didn't go for it right away. Stally Shot, Pow Pow summons a 1-drop, or a Poro, or Seraphine. It's interesting, Stally Shot will deal 6 to the opponent's Nexus and draw a card. Or I can just upgrade a card that I already have a lot of, or that I play a lot of. The jump blockers in the form of the Poros can be useful for, well, jump blocking units without overwhelm. Pow is just a very good card, right? I think we want more of it. Sure. Surely this decision won't come back to haunt me. I mean, who doesn't want a full board? Maybe I should have taken the Poro King. We had that option. I didn't know we would get a card that would allow me to summon basically every Poro I could ever want. This is a significantly weaker turn for us. We can only do Boom Crew Rookie, and we won't get to clear any of the opponent's units. Let's see how he blocks. Okay, he is blocking one of my units, but he is going to draw a spell, and he probably has enough units in hand, yeah, to refill the empty board space. Maybe I should have held my unit in order to protect my life total. But we have the Jinx here, so it's not too bad. We no longer have Swains, however. So this might be bad for us. But hopefully we will not be punished. I can just do this. Get rid of these two. The one that's pulling the Jinx and the one that's killing me. And I guess I can deny the draw. I don't really care about the opponent drawing cards, however. He can draw all the cards he wants. Never mind. I thought he would deck out, but he doesn't deck out. Well, at the very least we're close to emptying our hand again, so we're bound to start getting Super Mega Death Rockets every turn. Probably. Ravenous Flock. Deal 4 to annihilate to deal 8 to the enemy nexus. This is probably a better use for the Scrap Scuttler anyway.
For the glory of Noxus.
They cannot strike what they cannot see.
It's not good. We can't let that thing hit at all. Can I kill the opponent this turn? Depends a little bit on what I get. I can force the Super Mega Death Rocket by doing this. It allows me to go for an attack for basically free because the opponent won't have a board. Or a board of units that are able to block. Yeah, this was the right decision. Unless the opponent... Nah, he has one spell mana, he can't do anything. Yeah. Turns out the best decision really was just throw stuff at the opponent and kill them. The fact that the Super Mega Death Rocket is dealing 4 is incredible. That one extra damage from the Luden's Tempest really comes in handy. All of these are pretty bad. Don't like any of them. Let's reroll. Jury Rig draws a champion on play. Or I can take Raven Bloom Conservator. Nah, let's just take the extra effect on the Jury Rig. Now if we hardcast it, it has an additional effect. Infinite Ravenous Flocks. Do I want Infinite Ravenous Flocks? It's either get excited or Ravenous Flock. I'll take the Infinite Ravenous Flocks, it's a good card. So it probably won't be too bad to get an infinite amount of it. I am kind of worried about what the opponent might have here. I start off with a jury rig in hand. So even if I draw the Swain instead of the Jinx, it's fine. I might just do Swain as a way to bait out possible removal by the opponent. Really? Of course the opponent is lucky enough and both of the hits hit the Plucky Poro, so I don't get to go for a Ravenous Flock before the Jinx. Well, I'm doing this. I don't care. There we go. Now it hit something other than the...
No IOUs, no collateral.
It hit something other than the freaking tough. Never mind. I really wanted to go for Ravenous Flock before playing Jinx. Well, let's just drop down the Jinx, whatever. Let's start double casting Super Mega Death Rockets. Insight of Ages. Okay, I was worried about a possible bounce, but it turns out it was an unnecessary concern. Well, even if he bounces the Jinx now, the Super Mega Death Rocket, yeah, it has already been proc twice. Can I kill the Sett?
I will break them.
Yeah, I can, obviously.
Today awaits.
I won't be able to kill the opponent this turn, however. That's a bit sad. That thing gets brought down to 1, and it gets stunned, but the opponent loses his entire board. The opponent did get lucky creating a board clear. That was the only way to prevent me from potentially hitting him with infinite Super Mega Death Rockets. The unfortunate part is this basically cements that I have no more gas besides these 3 Pow Pows. The opponent only takes 10 as well because of the damage halving. And can maybe stun the opponent's entire board next turn thanks to the Swain's effect. I can't even kill the Karma with a single Pow Pow because Jinx is dead. That's extremely unfortunate. Never mind, Swain doesn't work because the opponent's Nexus has stuff and takes no damage from our power, so no stun effects for me. Please kill Karma. Please kill Karma. Okay, perfect. It didn't kill Karma. It not only killed Karma, but something else as well. Let's block here. Block here. Actually, let's block like so. Hopefully the opponent won't be able to block the Swain next turn. I guess he can block with the Basta and Disciple. But I'm saying with something else.
Pledge or perish.
Okay, the opponent's just dead. That was lucky. If he had literally any sort of interaction, I probably would have lost because I had no more backup besides that one Demolitionist that only dealt like 6 damage. Minotaur, Ragnar, City Breaker, Daring Poro, Yug. More Ravenous Flocks. Well, at the very least the Ravenous Flocks now cycle, so that's something good. Now what do I cut here? The Lady of Blood was not played at all in the last few games, so it's probably a goner. Same thing with the Amateur Aeronaut, because it's that bad. And I think I keep the leftover cards just because until I get the Ravenous Flocks going, I don't really have that big of a deck. I can go through it pretty fast. So let's move on. Ada Spirit, Spell Chest, Champion Item Chest, Item Chest. Can I really afford to take a downside for a potential upside later on? Or do I go for the actually decent choice? Let's not gamble too hard. Let's go for the left path. Those are guaranteed good rewards. In the meantime, on the other hand, the right path is a lot more inconsistent. If I could get Swain's legendary power guaranteed, I'd probably go for the right path. But since I can't, I won't. Jury Rig. Still going to do the Ravenous Flock. That's unfortunate. I was really hoping to hit something with the Ravenous Flock, because I want to shuffle it back into the deck and cycle into another card. Decent, I guess. Won't attack. No need. Can wait. Okay, that's good. Let's do Rookie to generate a blocker. Hopefully damage something else. This is actually perfect. We get to the Ravenous Flock yet again. Guess we'll play Swain next turn. Finally you decide to show up. Does that change anything? Honestly no, I still play Swain next turn. That way we'll have Swain and Jinx on my board. Really, we're already drawing Ravenous Flocks that are created by Ravenous Flock. I guess we did draw both copies of our Ravenous Flock, but still. I figured it would take longer. What? Wait, nothing really? That's a weird decision, opponent. Are you sure about that? You're reducing the damage on the board, but it's still not enough. You're still taking a bunch of damage. That actually went fairly well. Or a lot better than I anticipated. I guess we don't really need the Jinx to win. Any Road of the Slayer or crowd favorite. I guess I'll take Roar of the Slayer and hope for the best. Double damage, but I cost one more. It already deals 1 billion damage. I think I'll take the cycle on one of my other cards instead. This will deal 20 damage, however, it's basically a nuke if I pick this power. And it's only 1 cost, because it costs 0 naturally. Do I want more draw, or do I want basically a kill spell on any unit the opponent might play? I'm taking the kill spell on any unit the opponent might play. Well, let's see how much my decision pays off. We don't need 2 Ravenous Flocks. We are wasting a lot of the mana from our sorcery, so this should help with that. Now we have a spell that actually costs something for once. Let's see what happens. Let's do Jury Rig to cycle. Guess I can do this. Just kill that thing. Could Roar of the Slayer, but it seems unnecessary. Let's just see what the opponent does. It's fine. Let's roar off the Slayer. Just to get rid of a unit. I guess I'll Ravenous Flock to cycle. This also instantly levels up the Swain. Whoa, wait, the Swain was already more than leveled up. Let's see what's inside the Zonite Orchin. Another Roar of the Slayer. Well, I don't have more cards that I want to discard, so let's pass. I want to keep that Protoporo alive. So let's do that, just that. Could have gone for Jinx, maybe try to kill the opponent's entire board. But it seems unnecessary. We only take 2 anyway, 3 actually from the Protoporo's impact. So we're not in too bad of a position. And the next turn we just drop on the Jinx, we generate 2 Super Mega Rockets, which translate to 4. And we just blow up the opponent's Nexus. Actually no, it doesn't translate to 4 because we lost our ramp. But it's still 2 Super Mega Rockets, and that's probably more than enough to close out the game. The opponent even wastes all of his mana just for us. It's fine. Give your units all the keywords you could ever want. It won't matter. And oh, that was a misclick. I wanted to attack and then pass. Well, the opponent's still dying anyway. Take that. Take that. Take that. And then take that. That from just playing cards in general. Almost through the game. Nah, it's fine. It was just to make things more exciting, give the opponent 1 additional turn to win. He didn't do it though. All of these are atrocious. Shampoo, it's 4 mana. And it deals 4 mana, deal 8 slow. It's not the best, but we'll make it work. Deathless Jinx, Entrancing Endure, Arthur Rations. I'll take this. It's not the best form of protection, but it makes it so Jinx sticks onto the board a lot more easily. Ideally we would get Spell Shield on the Jinx, but we can't really have everything. I would like maybe a Pow Pow, yeah, perfect. Let's get rid of either the Irelia or the Azir right away. Probably the Irelia. Oh, we can do both. Both is good. There. No more champions for you, opponent. Cycle that. And I'll pass. Let's see what the opponent does. He plays an Azir. Let's do Imperial Demolitionist.
For the Empire. The few for the many.
Just have something on the board. Please don't hit the spell shielded unit. Of course it hits the spell shielded unit. Why wouldn't it?
Strike at their foundations.
Fine. I'll deal with the opponent's units having a bunch of keywords.
For those who desecrate our home.
They will find our lands do not take well to intruders.
This clears the opponent's board anyway. Even if the opponent tries to challenge my units, I'll just clear everything with the pow-pows. I guess he gets to do the Sun Soldier for the extra damage, but I think we'll be fine. Don't really care about the taking this damage. Actually, without the Azir they don't have Overwhelm, so I don't even have to take the extra damage from the Sun Soldier. Late dance, obviously. That's to be expected. Honestly, let's just take the damage. We'll heal up after this encounter anyway. I'll hold the Pow Pow. I guess I have to do this because it's becoming a little bit too much damage. The Jinx already proc this turn, so I really don't want to empty my hand here. Not just yet. Now we can do it. Pow Pow. I'll do this to cycle. We could use the extra cards from our deck. Starts an attack with lifesteal units. How annoying. It's going to heal up. Well, eventually I'll start double casting these, and then the opponent will be in for World of Hurt. But until up to that point, we kind of struggled. Now we can start double casting stuff. Ooh. The opponent played that perfectly. I needed the opponent to not have a damaged unit, or I needed the opponent to have a damaged unit in order to target it with the Ravenous Flock, but the opponent overrode his own damaged unit perfectly. Does this work? The second part of this spell should fizzle. I think this is the correct decision. Can do this. It empties our hand. We get the Super Mega Death Rocket. Actually, this probably is bad because I waste the Super Mega Death Rocket with Jinx's death. And oh, but we get another. I guess it's a new Jinx, so it generates a new Super Mega Death Rocket. We did waste the Jinx's Deathless, but we're closing the game this turn, so we don't need the Jinx to have Deathless. That it was probably still the correct decision to target my own Jinx with one of the Ravenous Flocks. That opened us up to that whole sequence where we denied most of the opponent's damage with the pow-pows we got. Farsight Alteration for a consistent Jinx or Philosopher's Stone? Let's do Philosopher's Stone for the card draw. So far so good. Let's see how this whole adventure plays out. But yeah, that will be it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye. Till then.